I am Reed, just a normal 27-year-old guy talking about building wealth and getting your life together in your 20s. Alright, what is up everyone? Reed here, chilling on my porch, coffee in hand, because honestly, where else would I be? Today we're going to dive into something that frankly gets under my skin a bit, this whole obsession with material possessions. You see it everywhere. Especially on social media, the 20-somethings flashing their rented Lamborghinis and their investments. That magically made them millionaires overnight. It's a circus. A spectacle designed to make you feel inadequate, to make you believe that happiness is just one more luxury item away. And I am here to tell you, with all the conviction of a man who values his peace and quiet above all else, that it is utter nonsense. A distraction from what truly matters. Complexity is a status signal for people who want to feel smart but stay poor. The truth is often simple, painfully so. Let us be brutally honest. Most people entering the financial world, especially in their younger years, they re not thinking about long-term stability or genuine freedom. They rethinking about the next dopamine hit, the next shiny thing that will supposedly validate their existence. They want to be rich, to be millionaires, and when you ask them why, it's always the same predictable list: the expensive watch, the luxury car, the massive house. It's a script written by consumerism. And frankly, it's boring. It is the equivalent of a dog chasing its own tail, endlessly, never quite catching it, and ending up exhausted and confused. If you can't explain your financial goals to a 12-year-old, you are just gambling with your future. I've been there not so long ago. I too bought into the illusion. I thought money would buy happiness, that enough fancy toys would fill whatever void I perceived in my life. But the older I get, the more I realize that money doesn't buy happiness. It buys experiences, and experiences can contribute to happiness. But they are not happiness itself. It's a subtle but crucial distinction that too many people miss. They conflate the means with the end and then wonder why they feel perpetually empty. Despite accumulating mountains of stuff, they've mistaken the wrapping paper for the gift, and they keep unwrapping, endlessly searching, never truly finding. Let me give you a little anecdote, something that crystallized this truth for me. A while back, I had some free time, a rare and precious commodity for a man who appreciates optimal idleness. So I reached out to a buddy. This guy is an automotive detailer, not just any detailer, but the kind who works on Porsches, McLarens, Ferraris, the whole 9 yards. He had contracts with dealerships for these high-end machines, and being a car enthusiast myself, I figured, why not? I'll help him out, make a little side money, and get to be around some dream cars. The first week was, I admit, a rush. Cleaning a McLaren, a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, my absolute dream car. It was exciting. I was taking pictures, enjoying the smell of new leather, the thrill of these engineering marvels. I thought, this is it. This is what it is all about. The feeling of being around these incredible machines, it must be what true success feels like. But then, something shifted. After the 20th McLaren, then the 30th, then the 40th. It wasn't a McLaren anymore. It was just a car, a piece of metal and plastic. No more, no less. The emotional value, the initial awe, it just evaporated. It became work, plain and simple. A monotonous task stripping away all the aspirational glamour. It was a stark reminder that even the most coveted objects lose their luster when exposed to the grind of reality. I remember cleaning a 2020 720s, a car worth more than my house, used by a dealership to shuttle parts. It had 8,000 miles on it, and the interior was trashed, the leather falling apart, the Alcantara worn, the paint scratched. 8,000 miles. A Toyota Camry with 8,000 miles is practically new, pristine. But this McLaren, a $500,000 machine, looked like it had been through a war, and it hit me. These magnificent status symbols, they readjust things, they degrade, they depreciate, and they require constant upkeep. The illusion of lasting joy they promise is just that. An illusion. They are fleeting, temporary, and ultimately unsatisfying. The effort required to maintain them often far outweighs the meager pleasure they provide. A classic trap for the financially unsophisticated. I have a 911 GT3 RS on my goal list. I am not going to lie. I want one, but I know myself. I'll buy it. I'll enjoy it for a week, maybe two. And then it'll sit in the garage. Another expensive toy that brings fleeting satisfaction. It's the same with everything. I had a BMW I modded, air suspension, big turbo, spent a fortune. Once it was done, the thrill was gone. What's next, I thought. Then a Tesla Model 3 Performance. Super fast launch control. After 20 launches, what's next? The chase is endless when you prioritize material things. You're always looking for the next fix, the next hit of validation. It's a hamster wheel, a relentless pursuit of an ever-receding horizon, designed to keep you spending, keep you striving, and keep you, crucially, from ever truly sitting still and being content. This isn't a strategy for wealth. It's a strategy for constant debt and anxiety. And what do you see with people who constantly chase these things? Most of them are miserable, they re-depressed, they re-perpetually dissatisfied. They lost touch with what money actually represents, the freedom it can provide, the security it can offer. Instead, they use it to construct a facade, a flimsy persona of success. They the millionaires who are secretly depressed, the celebrities who are constantly seeking external validation, because their foundation is built on sand. On the transient thrill of acquiring, they are victims of their own misguided desires, trapped in a gilded cage of their own making, believing that more stuff will solve their existential angst, when in reality, it only deepens it. It is pathetic. Honestly, to watch people with unimaginable wealth still suffering from the same petty anxieties as everyone else, just with a more expensive backdrop. Material possessions, they offer a 24-hour high. At best, you get the new shoes, the new car, the new whatever, and for a brief moment, you feel confident, successful, but then the novelty wears off, and you back to square one, asking, what is next? They don't fill a void, they just temporarily occupy space. They reaband, aid on a gaping wound, and eventually the band-aid falls off, leaving you just as vulnerable as before. This endless cycle of acquisition is not a path to wealth or happiness. It is a treadmill to nowhere designed to keep you busy, to keep you distracted from the real work of self-actualization. The truly intelligent among us understand this, and they opt out of the game, entirely choosing substance over spectacle. So, if material things aren't the answer, what is? For me, it is financial freedom. Not so I can buy more junk, but so I can live a stress-free life, to provide for the people I care about, to have the time and peace of mind to pursue things that genuinely make me feel alive. Like getting stronger mentally and physically, solving complex problems, traveling, or just sitting in my backyard under the sun by the pool doing absolutely nothing. These are the simple, unglamorous things that bring true contentment. They are the quiet victories, the internal milestones that build genuine, sustainable happiness, not the fleeting excitement of a new purchase. Financial freedom means having choices, not just buying power. It means opting out of the rat race, not winning it. There comes a point in life, if you repaying attention, where you realize that true wealth isn't measured in possessions. It's measured in internal wins. It's about setting goals that challenge you, that make you a better person, pushing yourself to be 1% better every single day. Even when no one is watching, it is about building a foundation of self-worth that isn't dependent on external validation. It is about building a life that feels good on the inside, not just looks good on the outside. This is the boring, monotonous discipline that actually leads to freedom. The kind of freedom that allows you to wake up each day and genuinely look forward to it. Without needing to buy something new to get a fleeting thrill, I see so many friends my age chasing crypto millions overnight, wanting to be entrepreneurs just for the fame and the iced-out AP. And I ask them, why? And almost without exception, it is always about the car, the watch, the outward display of wealth. I am not a killjoy. I encourage them to pursue their dreams, but deep down, I know it won't make them happy. It might give them a momentary high, but it won't create lasting fulfillment. They are chasing shadows, mistaking the reflection for the reality, and they will continue to chase until they realize the futility of their endeavor. True wealth is not about what you own, it is about what you are and what you can do without needing to prove anything to anyone. Long-term happiness, true, sustainable happiness, comes from within, from the things you can control in your mind. The truly financially free people I admire, they were often living modestly. They have strong families, and they exude a quiet contentment. They not stressed, they enjoying their days. In contrast, you see the people with the massive mortgages, the $500,000 cars they can to afford to put tires on, the $60,000 watches they bored of in a week, constantly chasing the next purchase to impress strangers on the internet. It is an exhausting, futile cycle, a race to the bottom of their bank accounts and their souls. They are perpetually in debt, financially and emotionally, sacrificing real joy for manufactured envy. Social media exacerbates this. We see 10-minute highlight reels of people buying supercars, not the other 23 hours and 50 minutes of their day, where they might be chronically depressed, battling addictions, or just generally miserable. Money doesn't solve internal issues, it merely buys distractions, temporary band-aids that fall off, leaving the underlying problems untouched. It's a vicious cycle where the pursuit of external validation leads to internal decay. It is a tragedy playing out in real time, amplified by algorithms. The irony is these people often boast about their freedom, while being more enslaved to societal expectations and their own desires than anyone else. So, what is the takeaway? Understand your goals. Really deeply understand them. If your goal is truly a $60,000 watch, a $500,000 car, a $10 million house, then go for it. But I implore you, sit down with yourself, close your eyes, and truly picture yourself with these things. When your head hits the pillow at night, will you genuinely be happy? Will the fleeting thrill of ownership truly outweigh the constant effort, the ongoing maintenance, the inevitable depreciation? Will it fill the void or merely mask it for a while? I know I own my 911 GT3 RS someday. It's an automotive goal, a challenge to myself, but I also know with absolute certainty that it won't bring me lasting happiness. It'll be a week of instant gratification, a fleeting thrill, and then it'll just be a car. The same goes for watches, for shoes. I have 50 pairs of shoes on my wish list, but I don't buy them because I know they just sit there, not making me any happier. They be another source of clutter, another thing to dust, another reminder of a fleeting desire, not a source of enduring joy. My closet is not where true satisfaction resides. This might sound like a rant, and perhaps it is, but I hope someone, especially younger people, watches this and realizes that they don't need material things to make them happy. I used to be that person at 20. If you asked me what would make me happy, it was the most expensive car. The biggest house, no thought for emotional or mental well-being. Just the accumulation of stuff. 5 years later, my answer is radically different. It's about building a life that serves me, not one that demands constant upkeep and validation. It is about opting out of the performative wealth game and quietly building real, sustainable freedom. I want money now for freedom, to support my loved ones, to pay it forward, to use it for things that benefit others, not just myself. Honestly, when I was younger, I told my girlfriend I'd never donate money. I swear I said that. Now, my outlook is completely transformed. I wish I was so rich that I could help countless people, knowing $1,000 could change someone's entire world. It's about using resources to create impact, not just to accumulate more things. It's about being a force for good, however small, in a world that often prioritizes selfish gain. This is the true power of wealth, the ability to lift others, not just yourself. It's not the cars or the watches that will fulfill me. I know that. Now, it's the feeling of fulfillment in my life, physically, emotionally, through my job, my relationships, my future family, being the best person I can be. You see, the richest man in the cemetery is still the richest man in the cemetery, but he's still dead. The goal is to die with the most toys. It's to live a life that is full, meaningful, and genuinely happy. It's crazy. Ivy made less money in the past 3 years, but I am happier than I've ever been because IV started thinking this way. IV traded the pursuit of external validation for internal peace, and let me tell you, it is a far better trade. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents, my slightly caffeinated, brutally honest take on why chasing materialism is a fool. Errand, you are welcome.